quote, Dr. Robb informs us that the crania of the people of Old Calabar are difficult to obtain as the dead are carefully buried, and the exact site of their graves is usually kept secret. The skulls which he procured for us were picked up as opportunity offered from skeletons found lying in the forest. The fact that Smith and Turner deem it necessary to state how hard it was to acquire these remains of people, and the secrecy in guarding burial sites suggests that African communities were proactively trying to prevent graves being looted by European colonizers and taking skulls as trophies, and grave looting is heavily documented across the 19th period, especially. The report then goes on to state that the skulls found by Robb were those of slaves left in the woods to decay, and that they would otherwise have been eaten by animals. Assuming that this account was true, the individuals the skulls belonged to had already faced hardship and oppression as enslaved people, and whether they were murdered or died of illness or other causes is unclear. Again, this is unfortunately a circumstance that we might not be able to definitively say what happened to these individuals. The finding of the skulls is presented very positively here by Smith and Turner, and this acquisition predates the expansion of the Anatomical Museum, showing that Turner was developing the collections even before the new museum opened in 1884. So this article compares skulls given by Reverend Robb and concludes with a statement from the Reverend that the mental and physical degradation of the residents of Old Calabar was due to paganism, but Robb believed that they had the capability of being elevated to a higher platform of intelligence. This is the kind of opinion that was quite widely circulated and was used as missionaries to justify religious missions to convert people who were considered savages. A lot of this work took place in Africa in this period. These skulls came from Old Calabar, which corresponds with present-day Nigeria. This was a major site of the slave trade and historically home to the Efik peoples. These remains came to the university in 1868 and are openly acknowledged as being taken from grave sites, meaning that they were stolen. An 1869 article in the Journal of Anatomy, written by John Alexander Smith and Professor Turner, who oversaw the Anatomical Museum later, outlines the circumstances of the skulls being found.